In the far reaches of the ocean, where no map dared to chart, lay the island of death and blood, a cursed land, surrounded by a thick, eerie mist that swallowed ships whole, leaving no trace of their existence. The island was said to be alive, feeding off the souls of the lost and the damned. As the sun set, casting an ominous red glow on the blood-soaked shores, a group of 7 adventurers arrived, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and the silence was broken only by the distant, agonized screams that seemed to echo from the very earth itself. The leader, Marcus, felt a chill crawl up his spine as they ventured deeper into the heart of the island. The ground beneath them was sticky, the soil soaked with centuries of blood. The trees were twisted and gnarled, their branches resembling skeletal hands reaching out to snatch any who dared to trespass. Suddenly, the group stumbled upon a field of pale, faceless bodies, their skin a sickly white, their hollow eyes staring into the void. The stench of rot was overpowering, and the sound of flies buzzing around the corpses filled the air. But worse than the sight of the dead were the whispers, voices calling out from beyond, urging them to join the damned. As night fell, the island came alive with the sounds of torment. The adventurers could hear the wails of those who had come before them, their cries mingling with the sound of unseen creatures slithering through the darkness. Shadows moved with a mind of their own, twisting into grotesque faces that leered at the group with hollow, sunken eyes. One by one, they began to disappear. First, it was Emma, who wandered too close to the edge of the forest. The group heard her screams as she was dragged into the darkness by something unseen, her blood splattering the trees like paint on a canvas. Her cries echoed in their ears long after she was gone. Next was David, who stumbled upon an ancient altar drenched in blood. He was entranced by the runes carved into the stone, unable to look away as his body was slowly consumed by an invisible force. His flesh peeling away like paper until nothing but a bloodied skeleton remained. The remaining adventurers were consumed by terror, their minds unraveling as they ran through the endless nightmare that was the island. The once vibrant jungle now seemed alive with the tortured faces of the damned, their mouths agape in eternal screams. The ground beneath them began to pulse, the island itself thirsting for more blood. By dawn, only Marcus and Sarah remained, their clothes torn, their bodies covered in the blood of their fallen friends. They reached the center of the island, where a massive pit yawned open, filled with the writhing bodies of the lost souls. The air was thick with the sound of their tortured wails. Suddenly, the ground beneath Sarah gave way, and she was swallowed by the pit, her screams blending with the chorus of the damned. Marcus could only watch in horror as her pale hand reached out to him, her eyes wide with terror as she was pulled into the abyss. In the end, Marcus stood alone, surrounded by the ghosts of his friends, their faces twisted in eternal agony. The island had taken its toll, and now it demanded the last prey. As the sun set once more, Marcus felt the ground beneath him shift, and he knew his time had come. The island was alive with the sound of his screams, a new voice added to the chorus of the damned. The mist swallowed him whole, leaving nothing but the blood-soaked earth as a reminder of the terror that lay in wait on the island of death and blood.